Heroes Like Us is a series intended at sharing comic book characters from various backgrounds and identities. We won't always get everything right, so feel free to make amendments and corrections in the comments. They're always appreciated. What's not appreciated, however, is any form of hate speech or intolerance, so comments of that nature will be immediately deleted and those users blocked from this channel. This is a place of education and celebration. Welcome to IAYTD and welcome to Heroes Like Us. This is our series where we take a certain identity and then we look at characters in comic books that have that identity. This is our third video focusing on characters that are Mexican or Mexican in descent. So we've got 5 characters we're going to talk about today, and we're going to start with a character that's actually from an indie comic that I think you might find interesting. So this character, her name is Lupe, and she's from a comic called Quince. But I want the creator to explain what she can do, so here's the creator of Quince, Sebastian Kadlecik.
Yeah, Quince is a story of a young girl named Lupe who is kind of your average, well-meaning but occasionally cranky teenager who feels like her life is incredibly boring, but she's really looking forward to her quinceañera. And unbeknownst to her, it's going to change her life forever, because in the middle of her quince, she gets superpowers. And she doesn't know how to use them. It kind of freaks her out. And it's also a story about Lupe and her abuela, who mentors her and teaches her how to use the powers, lets her know that she's only going to have these powers while she's 15. So there's also this, like, what do you do with it in the time that you have it? And their relationship is really central to the whole story.
Quince is running for 15 issues. You can find it now on sites like Comixology, or you can wait until October when it's going to be compiled into a trade. If you're interested in that, there's links in the description. You can check it out. You can pre-order it and show people that you're interested in stories like this. Up next for Marvel Comics is Firebird, Bonita Juarez. She is given powers from a comet that crashes into the earth, and kind of the radiation and that energy gives her these fire-like abilities. She resembles the Phoenix in a lot of ways, but there is no relation. But basically, when she uses this kind of energy, it creates a literal Firebird around her. The imagery is very similar. In terms of abilities, it allows her to kind of funnel and control heat and this kind of radioactive energy, as well as she is seemingly immortal since she's the host of this energy. Up next from DC Comics is Acrata, Andrea Rojas. Andrea's powers are tied to the shadows. So when she enters the shadows, she can teleport from one shadow to another. So she kind of uses this stealth ability to become this vigilante in Mexico City and fight crime. Most of her stories kind of involve her fighting organized crime, so like cartels, but she also kind of looks critically at the government and corruption, and she's a bit of an anarchist. She hasn't appeared in many comics, which is why our pictures are limited and horrible. Up next for Marvel Comics is Velocidad, Gabriel Cohuelo. Gabriel is a mutant born in Mexico who finds that he is a quote-unquote speedster, that he can move incredibly fast. And he is found by the X-Men, he's kind of brought in, and they discover that his ability isn't to move fast, but it's really to slow things down around him. So he's not moving fast, everything else is moving slow. This has an impact on his age, and it actually means that he is aging faster inside of this bubble than everything else around him. And so he's starting to get gray hair, which means he lives a very impulsive life because life is short and he doesn't know how long he's going to have. Now, this last one on the list is not, strictly speaking, a Mexican character, but this is very confusing. So we're going to talk about Miss America, America Chavez from Marvel Comics. Now, America is from another dimension, okay? But when she comes to our reality, she finds community in neighborhoods that are primarily Mexican, Dominican, Colombian, I think Puerto Rican. So she finds community in these places. So that's where she finds home. But we're unsure if she's actually Mexican, but I wanted to include her somewhere as a Latina superhero. But we don't really have a video for Latinas from other dimensions, so I wanted to include her here. So like I said, she's from another dimension, but she comes to ours after the events of Secret Wars and Battle World, so she's now part of our mainstream continuity, but her abilities are to travel reality, so she can open portals and travel from one reality to another. So she uses this to fight alongside, the Avengers and different hero teams to travel with them, but she's also incredibly strong and she can fly. She has a lot of different abilities. So that is it for this video. If you think of other Mexican characters that you want us to talk about, let me know in the comments, and maybe someday we'll do a part 4. Otherwise, check out our 40 other Heroes Like Us videos. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching.